Alright, got the F9 Panther back on deck, and this is a replacement model. The other one ended in a wicked crash, so let's go. Few changes on this one. I ordered a new one in from Motion, and the first thing I did was put in a power system, the fan and 12 blade fan and motor from the Stinger 64 millimeter, and didn't have any luck on hand launching it myself. Didn't get enough speed going before I could get my hand over to the radio, so I had another member, Jim, out here. He gave it a hand launch and it did really well. Flew good, had great sound to it, and a little more high-end speed. But it just didn't have that thrust that it needed. So I put in the 50 amp ESC and switched back to the original 5 blade fan and motor. And as you just saw, it hand launches like a dream. And it's got plenty of power still. This is running on an 1800. I've flown it on a 1600. Here's a high-speed pass. I've flown it on a 1600. I've flown it on an 1800 and a 2200. And the 18 and 16s is the ones that works the best. It'll fly the 2200. You can hand launch it yourself with no help and everything. Flies okay, but it's a little more nose weight to it, so you're having to ride the elevator a little more. And this is in low rates on everything. I've got the elevator a little bit out of sync. You know, it's got dual elevators. And if you notice there, when I tried to loop, she definitely wanted to go roll out of it instead of making a clean roll. Alright, there was our timer, so we're gonna come around for a landing on this pass. And chopping power right there, just on a glide path. Get a little closer to us. There it is. She'll taxi on the ground. However, I don't recommend it. It's got the cheater holes right on the bottom. I'll show you here when I pick it up, in case you're not familiar with it. But it's got these cheater holes right on the bottom. So when you're taxiing along on the ground, I'll show you what I'm talking about. She'll move down there. Not enough to get a launch, but you can see it's got the cheater holes right here on the bottom, and that's definitely going to suck in grass and debris. So you got a chance on sucking up a pebble or something and busting your fan that's back there. So, in summary, I think my recommendation on this bird is get it, change out the ESC to a 50 amp, and then leave the motor and fan alone and fly the heck out of it. You can put gears on it, and it does actually quite well with gears. However, you got to really slow it down, or she'll bounce every time with gears. So, alright, well, that's the F9 Panther. Lots of fun, and I can highly recommend it. It's $98 at Motion RC. I'll show you the battery compartment here. I just surround it with foam. So I did, in order to facilitate holding the battery, this is what I was talking about when you let it scoot on the ground like that. Look at the grass that's inside there. I did have to cut this battery, see if I can get it in the sun here where you can see it. The battery mount board normally extends all the way up. You can see it in there probably. extends all the way up in there, and I just took a Dremel tool and cut it off right there, sanded it down a little bit. Then in the nose, I just cut a couple of circles of thick foam shoved down in there, and that helps protect it on the battery. Obviously, if you put the landing gear in, you can't do that. But when you're not running the landing gear, I highly recommend it. As on the one time when I was trying to hand launch this myself, you can see she came in straight down on its nose. You can see the crinkly wrinkly there. But there was absolutely no damage to the battery due to protecting it with the foam against the plywood tray. And the foam right there, I think, helped keep the nose from snapping off. I just gave it a little crinkly. A little bit of hot water will fix that. But hey, listen, this is a fun flyer. It ain't meant to be a beauty bird. Alright, thanks for watching.